So let's move to the second part of today's lecture. And in this, we are going to know what is happening. ये 1-1 में जाए, ये साथ ही वो बुलाते हैं, कहीं ये चल नहीं रहा 101. अच्छा, ये उसे बुला लो, आप बुलाओ. So let's move to the second part of today's lecture, in which we are going to further explore the atoms, elements, and then how can we measure their masses and their average masses similar to the other material or the matter we are going to measure. Then how can we measure the mass of the atom, which is very, very small. Okay. So the first, this is actually the general representation of the element, or you can say it is the atom, and this is the hydrogen atom. And if you say this is the hydrogen, that means no, it is the element of the hydrogen. Atom is any in the smallest part of the matter, and matter may be the any form. This may be the hydrogen, oxygen, or the nitrogen, as we have discussed before. But when you label with specific symbol, no, it is the element, and this is the fundamental particle that is not going to change into another form or cannot be broken into any other simpler form. That means if it is the hydrogen, it will remain the hydrogen. If it is a carbon, it will remain the carbon. So carbon is not going to change with the other. So that means carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, all these are called the element. So this is the general representation of the atom. So you can say there are two parts of the atom. One is very small, which is present in the red color, and the other one is blue, and this, we call it, this is the nucleus. Nucleus is the central part of the atom. So in atom there are two parts. One is the smallest, other one is the bigger one. So the smallest part here, it is called the nucleus, and the other one part, all this in blue in color, we call it the extranuclear part. So what is the further differentiation over here? Now I'm going to further explain. So this is the same atom like I have shown over here. So atom, this is the nucleus of the atom, and all this is in shaded color, this is the extranuclear part. हर एटम के अंदर ऐसी होता है, एक न्यूक्लियस पार्ट होगा, उसका एक्स्ट्रा न्यूक्लियर पार्ट होगा. एक्चुअली यही हम इसको फर्दर एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं कि हाउ the element of the hydrogen is different from the element of the carbon or the nitrogen or the oxygen. So first have a look on the differentiation. So what is the further the subatomic or particles are present in the nucleus. Here these are called the protons and the neutrons. So nucleus में आपके पास क्या है? Protons होते हैं और neutrons होते हैं. So what is actually the difference in size? Here I have approximately have shown over here. This is the size or the volume occupied by the negatively charged electron. That means the extranuclear part. How much the size is? X power minus 10 meter. And you just have a look. What is the size of the nucleus as compared to the extranuclear part? This is X power minus 15 meter. So 100,050, that means 10,000 times is 10,000. 100,000 times is smaller as compared to the size of the extranuclear part. Okay? And what are the subatomic particles present in the nucleus? These are the protons and the neutrons. So just further have to explore actually what are the the three subatomic particles. Atom is the smallest, the unit of the matter, and there are the three subatomic particles which are the part of the atom. सही है, atom है उसको कहते, पहले हम suppose that this is the smallest part of the matter, but there are some subatomic orbital particles are present within the atom. सो द फर्स्ट वन, अब देखें एक्स्ट्रा न्यूक्लियर पार्ट में सिर्फ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आपके पास हैं, न्यूक्लियस में न्यूट्रॉन है और प्रोटॉन है. तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द एटम, एंड बाय यूजिंग these number of electrons, protons and the neutron, we are going to further explore to do the calculation or to differentiate between one element from another element. So here is the actually the relationship between all these three subatomic particles. The first one is the electron. So first difference is the weight, and here you can, this is the mass in gram of the electron. This is 9.109 x per minus 28 gram. This is too much small weight of the electron. And what is the proton? Proton is 1.627 x per minus 24. And neutron is 1.674, little bit the same as compared to the protons, x per minus 24. Other differences is we will explore further today. What is this? This is we call the atomic mass unit. So actually to represent in the simple form, if I remember this one as a unit 1.672 x per minus 24, so it is difficult to remember. So what I am going to use 1.00727 AMU. This is the simple unit to remember the mass of the protons or the neutrons or the electrons. The other difference is there the charge. You just have a look first over here. All electrons are having the minus charge and proton are having the positive charge. And what is the charge on the neutron? 0. So that's why the total number of positive should be equal to the total number of negative. That's why the atoms or the elements are present in the neutral form. उसके ऊपर कोई चार्ज नहीं होता, क्योंकि जितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं उतने उसके पास क्या है, प्रोटॉन्स है. पॉजिटिव माइनस is going to cancel out. +2 - 2 will be equal to 0. +100 - 100 will be equal to 0. So the net charge on the atom or the element will remain 0. The reason is here because number of protons are equal to the number of neutrons. So what is the next? Now this is the how can we express the element. Okay? This is the carbon element. अब आप देखें यहाँ पे, this one is the symbol like a hydrogen we show by H, or if it is the nitrogen we will show by N. Similarly we will use different symbol for the different elements, and these two are very important. The like 6, what is the 6 is written over here. This is the atomic number and 12 is the mass number. Actually we remember or we know each element by using its atomic number, and the atomic number is the number of the proton present in the nucleus. ठीक है, कोई भी एलिमेंट है उसको हम जो है, अगर हम कार्बन को, if you want to differentiate the carbon from the hydrogen, so what is the difference? Because the number of protons are the different. In carbon there are 6 protons, in hydrogen there is 1 proton. ठीक है, तो जितने भी दुनिया में ऐसा कोई एलिमेंट नहीं है जिसके नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन जो है वो क्या हो, सेम हो. उसमें डिफरेंस से आएगा, उसमें आइसोटोप्स जो है वो आते हैं, वो हम बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं. लेकिन ईच एलिमेंट हैज इट्स ओन आइडेंटिटी एंड दैट इज डिफरेंशिएटेड बाय यूजिंग द नंबर ऑफ द प्रोटॉन्स. Whenever it is a 6, it will always remain carbon. When it is carbon, the atomic number will be 6. This is the fundamental truth, you can say, to represent the elements in their in this form. So the other one is the 12 is the mass number. So how can you calculate the mass number? Actually, this is the mass of the nucleus. तो न्यूक्लियस में क्या चीजें थी हमारे पास? Protons and neutrons. So the mass number is the sum of the protons and the neutron. Very simple to remember. सब कुछ इसी के अंदर इंफॉर्मेशन, कोई चीज आपको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि आपको सिंबल मैं कोई भी दे सकता हूँ पीरियोडिक टेबल के ऊपर, लेकिन आपने रिप्रेजेंट जो है या उसके नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन, इलेक्ट्रॉन कैलकुलेट करने, यू कैन यूज बाय जस्ट लुकिंग एट द एटॉमिक नंबर एंड द एटॉमिक मास नंबर. ठीक है, अब ये फार्मूला भी ऊपर दिए हुए. The mass number is the number of protons and the neutrons, and how the atomic number will be the number of protons, and number of protons, where you can calculate the number of protons, it is the atomic number. Atomic number जो नीचे आपके पास है, स्मॉल फिगर आपके पास है, this will always be the atomic number. दो वैल्यू, हमेशा दो वैल्यूज होंगी, जो छोटी वैल्यू होगी this will be the atomic number, the bigger value will be the mass number. ठीक है, and how can you calculate the number of electrons? Atomic mass, electron कैसे कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं? How many electrons are there in this? शाबाश जी बताएं. शाबाश, exactly, because the number of protons must be equal to the number of electron. जितने प्रोटॉन होंगे उतने ही इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे. क्यों? Because both are having the opposite charge. One is the positive, other one is the negative, and the element should be in the neutral form. That's why the proton must be equal to the number of the electrons. तो वो कहाँ से आएंगे? एटॉमिक नंबर से हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे. ठीक है, लेट्स डू an exercise. अच्छा, इसमें एक चीज है, नंबर ऑफ, हाउ कैन यू कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन्स? माइनस किस में से? ये ऊपर वही फार्मूला आपके पास है. द फर्स्ट वन इज दिस फार्मूला. नंबर ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन आपने निकालना है, एंड दिस इज मूविंग टू दिस साइड, सो मास नंबर माइनस नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स विल बी इक्वल टू द नंबर ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन्स. तो सिंपल आपके पास है 12 में से 6 को माइनस करें तो दैट विल बी द नंबर ऑफ द न्यूट्रॉन्स. सो एक दफा फिर एक्सरसाइज बाद में करते हैं, देखें हाउ कैन यू कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स by using the atomic number. Simple, which the value which is in a small amount as compared to the other ones, is smaller in number. See, how can you calculate the mass number? Proton and the neutron, and this is the bigger number is always be the mass number. ठीक है, एटॉमिक नंबर भी वहां से मिल गया, मैथ नंबर भी आपको ऐसा लिखा हुआ है, आपने किसी का याद नहीं करना. ठीक है, एंड देन how can you calculate the number of electrons? Atomic number, the same number of protons are equal to the number of electron. So the atomic number, how much is the atomic number? That would be the number of the electrons. How can you calculate the number of neutron? 12 minus 6, mass number minus atomic number. So this is a calculation. लिखें इसको आपको, यूरेनियम 92 235, यू लिखें, यू कैपिटल, एटॉमिक नंबर उसका लिखें 92. कहाँ लिखेंगे? ऊपर लिखेंगे नीचे लिखेंगे? नीचे. शाबाश, 92, और उसका मैस जो है आपका मैस नंबर है 235. अब आप करें इसके नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स निकालें, न्यूट्रॉन्स निकालें, एटॉमिक नंबर लिखें, मैस नंबर लिखें, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स लिखें. शाबाश, 235. कर लिए? तो बस यहीं तक हम रुकते हैं, आप ये कर लें, फिर हम नेक्स्ट जो है नेक्स्ट टॉपिक जो है स्टार्ट करेंगे. बहुत किया आपने कैलकुलेट? हाँ बताओ, चलिए पहले बताएं नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स। नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स मैंने कहा, नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स 92। एटॉमिक नंबर इज द नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन। ठीक है, ये हमेशा ये यूरेनियम, जब तक यूरेनियम है ये 92 ही रहेंगे। देयर इज नो अदर एलिमेंट प्रेजेंट विच इज हैविंग द 92 एटॉमिक नंबर और 92 प्रोटॉन। ये सिर्फ अल्लाह ताला ने 92 यूरेनियम के लिए बनाया। ठीक है, देयर इज नो अदर एलिमेंट इज प्रेजेंट। नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स 92 शाबाश। एटॉमिक नंबर 92। atomic number of protons और number of electrons are the same thing। ठीक है, एक ही चीज है, but there are the different explanation and the utilization of this information for the other application। ठीक है, now what is the atomic mass? 235 and only the neutron is left। how many neutrons? 143। That's it. This is all about how can you calculate all these subatomic particles in the atoms, and actually these are the three: electron, protons and the neutron. But the atomic number and mass number is also very important. Actually the atomic number and the mass number is written along with the symbol of the elements, and you will get all these three information out of the atomic number and the mass number. So we will do further calculation about how you can calculate the mass of atom of carbon or the other. These are very simple calculation, not too much difficult. So first you keep in touch with the lectures so you can understand in the better. Just a minute.